Let's do it. So, guys, I am super excited, to have this individual on the line right now. Mr. Donny Pips is someone who, since being a part of this company, I've looked up to in many ways. I love, the coffee and charts that he does. Drop a yes in the chat if you love the coffee and charts call that take place within the community. He is absolutely crushing it. I've heard his story a few times, but Donny Pips, first of all, I want to thank you so much for being on this call right now. For those that don't know, Donny's actually an Emerald leader as well within the company. And he's doing some big things, and I'm super excited. So, Donny, are you there, bro?
I am here, brother. Thank you so much for having me, guys. Thank you so much for being on the call. I know it's a little bit late where you guys are, but just to be a part of this is phenomenal. So thank you.
Amazing. So, Donny, let's get into your story, brother. Like, I want to know, what was you doing before you got into trading and being able to print money from your smartphone, and what was you actually doing with your life, brother, and what got you to the where you are right now?
So thank you. One, and I look up to you, so I got to get that out there. I think you're phenomenal. I love your mentality, your mindset. And then that brings me to what I was doing. Before I became a full-time day trader, I was United States Marines. So I joined the Marine Corps at a young age. I was frustrated. I was a sports player. And then it wasn't fun anymore. So I joined the military, and it was funny because, people join because they don't have money, or sometimes they say, their life's not going. I joined as a bet. So it was no grander story. Life was great. Life was amazing as growing up, especially from New York. Yeah, it was a little bit of struggles. I come from, the foster care system, so it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. I had a tough upbringing, and then I got adopted by an amazing woman, who took me in and who helped raise me for the second half of my, early teens, and life became amazing. I was struggling, and then I met her, and then I got accepted to over 13, colleges, so I could have gone to college anywhere I wanted. But then I chose to join the Marine Corps. I did start at college, and then I left college. I went to the Marine Corps, and I loved every bit of it. Well, of
Mhm.
course, you guys know we had a war, and I had seen some things, I had done some things, and then the military is not very kind to let you go. You're just a number, and
Right.
you realize that as much as you do in the military, if you can't perform at a high level, it's see you later, goodbye. And I was performing every day at this high level, and then all of a sudden I get wounded and I'm told, hey, thanks for your service. You got to go.
Mm.
What do you do at that point in time with your life when they just tell you, hey, everything that you've known for the last 10 years, 11, 12 years are gone in an instant, and it was tough for me. And a lot of you guys know, I hit rock bottom after
Mhm.
that. Here I am, a 29-year-old kid getting out of the military. I'm a kid because that's what they teach you how to eat, sleep, and breathe the military,
Right.
and you don't have anything else. And I tried to commit suicide. What else could I do? My back was against the wall. I had just got done being in combat, and then they say, "Hey, go home." They don't prepare you for life. They don't prepare you for the real world, and that was big for me. And then I'm trying to readjust to normal life. I'm trying to go back to college. Here I am, a college kid at NYU, trying to go back to school, trying to cope with everyday life, and it wasn't working out for me.
Mhm.
And then of course I got kids, and I'm like, I didn't get to see my kids born because I gave so much to the military. It
Right.
was a lot. And now you want me to be a parent, a full-time parent. I don't have the support of what they give you in the military. And it was, wow, what do I do next? And then there's these programs out there that help you after my dark time in trying to commit suicide. And I talk about it because I'm able to talk about it with other veterans that are going through that now, that
Right.
are where I was,
Mhm.
and I was able to seek the help. And a lot of times they say, as men, as strong men, we don't reach our hand down and say, hey, I need help. But then when I did finally do that, I realized where my life was going, and I got my life on track, and started to see what the full potential of life had to offer. I got into school. I'm in Miami. I'm in a program in Miami to get myself together. And one of my gunnery sergeants in the military always had me go to school, and I could never wonder out why. Why in the military he was making me do these classes, making me go to school, and making me understand the financial markets. Well, when the financial crash happened, I didn't feel it. Why? Because I was in the military. So any of you who are in the military, we really didn't feel the financial crash of the market. You know, we weren't struggling. We had a 9 to 5, a paycheck was still coming in. We had 3 hots in a cot. The only thing I did feel is my 401k that I was investing money in was gone, completely gone. But I had this gunnery sergeant who said, listen, I want you to listen to these tapes. At the time it was tapes. And I want you to listen to these things. You know, I want you to take a look. And he introduced me to a guy, you know, a guy named Bob Proctor. Never met him physically, but I got to see, you know, tapes and videos of him and different things and about being around the right people. He never would let me hang out with the wrong crowd. You know, this guy had no relation to me, but he looked at me like a child and he would never let me do that. So that carried over to when I got out of the military. It stuck with me. Okay. I have this financial knowledge. I have this knowledge of the financial markets because I was doing all these classes. I was taking Six Sigma. I was learning about how to replicate money, you know, and now I've got my life on track. And then I meet a guy at a gas station one day, and I'll never forget it because Jake, when I tell you I was literally the poster boy for the hood at that time, you would laugh. I had sweatpants on, a baggy hoodie on, I had Timberland boots on, I had a New York fitted on. I looked like I was coming straight out of a rap video, right? And then I get out of my truck, and my truck is still sitting on 24-inch rims. It's blasting DMX. And I say to this guy who's got the most gorgeous car I've ever seen, I say to him, I said, wow, nice car. Can you show me what you do so I can get a car like that one day? And he looked at me, and first I'm thinking, oh God, look how I look. I look like I'm about to rob the guy, you know, and he gave me this weird look. And I said, no, I'm just joking. Have a great day. You know, and that military is still in me. You know, we're very disciplined. We love to greet everybody we walk past. And I go into the store. I come out of the store. I pay for my gas. I'm pumping gas. He comes over to my truck. And he says, wow, no one's ever said that to me before, mate. And he called me mate, and that was a little weird to me. And I said, what's that? No one's ever asked you for your car? And he said, no one's really asked me, can I show them what I do to get a car like this? They always say, hey, can I have your car? You know, you see a nice car. What's the first thing as a kid you say? Hey, can I have your car? Can I have your car, right? And I said, hey, can you show me what you do so I can get a car like that one day? And he said, are you serious? And I looked at him and I said, as a heart attack. And I'll never forget it. So he says, okay, here's my number. And he gives me his number. Well, here's what really, really set the pace for me. Jake, it took me 3.5 weeks to call this guy. I thought he was joking. I really thought he was joking. I'll never forget it. There were some things going on in my life, and I really was stuck. And it was a Sunday afternoon, and I was standing upstairs, and I was looking out the window, and I looked down at my phone, and I called him. And this was 3.5 weeks later, and he says to me, he says, is this Donovan? And I said, wow, how did you know? And he said something I'll never forget. He said, because the only people who have my number are the people I want to have my number. And that changed my life. And I explained to him what I did and what I knew. And I had explained to I went to college. You know, I was still currently a student at Villanova University. You know, I was going to Villanova and Penn State. We are at the same time finishing up a bunch of classes. And he said, how would you like to come to my house I'm having an event for 3 days. And that event changed my life forever. And I've been in the financial markets ever since then. And that was 2013, 2014.
Amazing, man. Amazing. Guys, put some 8s in the chat for Donny. Put some 8s in the chat for, I absolutely love that story. So, and now you're absolutely killing it, brother. You know, you're a part of, our platform that we have. We Elevate, I Boomerang, Mr. and Mrs. Bugs. And I'd love to hear, your perception on what we have within Elevate. Okay. Why Elevate? Because there's people that say, there's loads of stuff out there on YouTube and all this. And, why Elevate, and how should people use Elevate as well?
Well, it's funny you say that because I wasn't actually looking. I was actually had my own trading platform. Okay. 2019, 2020. I've had my own trading platform. I've had my own students that have followed me on my trading journey. I've been teaching before I joined this opportunity. So I have my own. It's still up to this day. You guys can see it. See the prices I was charging, and you'd be like, "Wow, I can't afford that." I had my own platform. I was already a successful trader and a successful, and we like to say senior Forex educator. I was already teaching other people how to trade the financial markets. Well, it was funny because I was introduced to this platform in actually 2019. when it first launched, and I had went to a meeting. I had met a young lady, and I was looking actually at traveling discounts because I love to travel. We travel all the time. I live in Miami, Florida. Who doesn't travel? You know,
Right.
people travel here to Miami, but we travel out. You know, and I had seen the opportunity. I was like, okay, I like the travels. She had mentioned to me about she can get me discounts, so I had went and seen a presentation.
Mm-hmm.
And I was all on board. I was like, yes, sign me up, let's go. And there was some issues, so they were like, hey, we'll get back to you. Well, in 2019, they never signed me up.
Right.
You know, and for weeks I was reaching out to them like, hey, here's my credit card. Like, I'm throwing my money at them. Like, I even gave them my credit card information, and nothing hit my statement, nothing. And then fast forward to 2023, 2022, a post pops up on social media from the company. And I'm like, man, I still want in. I've been trying to get in for 2.5 years, 3 years, and nobody has responded back to my message. When I tell you, I sent out bat signals for people to sign me up in this company, and nobody. So finally, I seen a post, and I comment on there, hey, looking to get started, looking to sign up right away. Can anybody help me out? Looking for a TSA number. And this post was going crazy. It was a live post, and I got one response. Her name is Blue Diamond Jackie Pippins, and she sends me a message on social media, and she says, hey, are you interested in getting started? And I said, yes. I shoot her my phone number. I said, hey, when can we talk? She calls me and says, hey, I'm in Miami right now. And I said, hey, perfect. Let's meet right now. And she said, no, I'm in the airport. I'm headed. We just got done at a diamond retreat with Mr. Holton Buggs. And I'm like, that's great. And all, just give me your TSA. Let me sign up.
Right.
And she's like, I'll call you at 9 p.m. Perfect. Well, she sets it up. She does this presentation for me. And I've never really been in network marketing before. I've dabbled in it by helping friends and things like that. And she does this presentation for me. And she says, hey, what do you do? And she starts, and I said, well, I'm a Forex educator. And she's like, wait, what? I said, yes, I'm a Forex educator. I don't even want to hear the presentation. I just want to sign up.
Right.
That's how excited I just wanted the travel perks. I just wanted to sign up. And she says, oh my God, you're a what? And then Jayla Pippins, the other Blue Diamond, amazing young lady. She's like, you're a what? And I said, yes, I teach people how to trade the financial markets via Forex. Have you ever heard of it? And she's like, oh my God. She's like, God has a way of working itself out. And that's how I got introduced. And they told me, hey, we have a trading platform ourselves.
Mm.
And I'm like, that's awesome. And I said, well, if you allow me to still do my call, coffee and charts, I had it before I said, if you still allow me to do my call, coffee and charts, I will join. And then she says, great, I want you to talk to the owner and CEO. And at that time, I was very hesitant to say, you know, I don't want to speak to anybody. I just want to trade. But then when I got a chance to attach myself to the leadership of this company,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you know what? I want to build this business. I want to do what they're doing. And people say, well, only broke people go to network marketing. That's not true. That's not true at all, because obviously I wasn't broke, right? We're attracted to the leadership and foundation that companies have to offer. And that's why I decided to join as an ambassador.
I love that. I want to get into that. But I want to quickly just go back to Elevate just for 2 seconds. What makes, I know obviously the information is great within Elevate. How would you advise people to use Elevate? I'm talking now the people that are watching this back on the replay. Maybe there's some guests on the line that are looking to get involved, and also the people that already have Elevate, but maybe they don't know what's actually inside that treasure chest. Like, how should people be using Elevate? What's the importance of repetition, etc.?
Oh, wow, that's amazing. Well, one thing that attracted me, a professional trader, was the foundation. That education, well, here's what people do. They get involved in something and they don't read the blueprint, right? We have the blueprint that tells you how to build a foundation for financial wealth. Now, mind you, me being a trader already, I had a platform.
Right.
I didn't have a foundation. So what would happen to a platform if you don't have a foundation? It's going to collapse,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's not stable. It's not sturdy. It's going to fall. Right. So when I seen this opportunity and what Elevate had to offer with the educators and the leadership and the fact that you have a community of people, you know, it wasn't like something you were going to sign up for and then they were going to let you, all right, go on and go do this. And then, Congratulations, you're a part of this. The leadership was trading as well. The foundation was there. And that's what brought me over and said, you know what? This is what me as a senior trader, someone who has an educational platform, this is where I want to be. I can take my knowledge and I can build on the foundation that's already there with Elevate and Mr. Holton Bugs. It's a win-win situation. So anybody that's coming in, I tell them right away is you have to go to the basics. You have to build your foundation. You're not going to come in and make $1 million.
Right.
Right. But if you come in and you take the time to dissect it and listen to the leaders that are here, they're going to help you build the foundation. A lot of people say, you know what, I want into success. And I ask them, well, where's your foundation? And the first thing they say, well, what is that? Well, that's what Elevate offers. Elevate offers a foundation that teaches us not only how to have generational wealth, but it also teaches us how to be grounded when we're doing this journey, whether it be in business or whether it be trading ourselves. Because a lot of people don't realize Elevate is actually a three-pronged platform, right? We own an educational platform that teaches people how to extract profits from the market daily.
Yeah.
Right. We have a foundation with the leadership, such as yourself, Mr. Holton Bugs, Ms. Arlene Bugs, and the other amazing leaders in this company. Right. And then on top of that, we're able to leverage the community aspect of reach one, teach one. So if I'm making money on both sides of my foundation, now I'm able to grow my personal foundation.
Yeah. So that's okay. So that kind of leads me to my next question then, about, you know, because I want to talk about, I do want to go back to, I want to talk about Trading Buddy as well, and how exciting that is for people, especially, you know, how they can make money whilst they're learning. But you just said that, you know, you want to build both, you know, from both the business, you want to build, you know, and also the trading, right? I kind of read between the lines there. Why? What is it that people are missing when they're just trading? What are they missing out on if they're just trading?
So here's what they're missing. We're not a community of traders. I want to make sure everybody understands that. We're business owners who happen to be traders. So that's where we lose a lot of times. We're business owners that happen to be traders. We're not traders who happen to own a business. No, that's backwards. I want people to understand, everybody on this call right now is, I want you to understand that you're a business owner who happens to be a trader. Right? Now, if you build your business off the premise of just trading, you may fail. Because here's why. What's the first thing that a lot of people want to know? What are your results? How are you trading? How are you trading? That's what they want to know. If I go to talk to, I believe you have a Mr. Grant on your team, Fraser Grant, amazing gentleman. Let's say I go to Mr. Grant and I say, Mr. Grant, hey, I'm trading. I didn't talk about the business of what we do. I talked about trading. So the only thing that Mr. Grant wants to know is, well, let me see what you've made. Well, when you start making money, come back and see me, right? That's what we normally get. How many people here in the chat, give me an 8 in the chat if that's what you've gotten. Someone has told you, hey, when you start making money, come back and see me. Well, you mitigated your business, right? But if you change your mindset now to say, you know what, I'm a business owner who happens to be a trader, we're going to focus on the business aspect. If I can teach you what we call launching, right, to launch your business, to build your business, I'm going to give you the foundation. What's the foundation of a successful franchise? The business model, right? But if you mitigate the business model, you've just now failed in your business because they're only focusing on one thing. Burger King, what do they have? If burgers, right? They focused on burgers to where even the burgers now have been mitigated. If you don't go to Burger King, people think Burger King is horrible. But then let's talk about McDonald's. What does McDonald's have? McDonald's has a system that's been derived and created by everybody, right? So when you go to McDonald's, we're not just talking about the burgers. We're talking about the system that has created. McDonald's can be horrible, but because they have Hamburger University and a system that works, it's now able to be profitable, even to this day. Now, if we talk about Elevate and our business, right? Let's talk about the system in our business. watch your business grow, and then watch your trading development continue to grow with it. Guys, I kid you not, when it comes to this business model, this is probably the best business model I have seen. Okay, probably the best business model I have seen, and I've seen quite a few of them. I am a, if you don't know, I'm a master's black belt in Six Sigma. That's a domain philosophy tool that deals with waste. In this system here, there is no waste. The system works, but we have to get out of the mindset of saying, oh, we're traders, we're traders. No, 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 no. We're business owners who happen to be traders. Okay, follow the system and watch your business grow on the trading side.
Mm-hmm. And does it help with you? I know, because obviously you're building the business, you've got multiple streams of income. Does it help with your mindset whilst you're trading if you have multiple streams of income compared to if you was just relying on, because I know you have people right now that, potentially they're just working a 9 to 5, they start trading, they blow their account and they give up because.
Oh man, that is a great question. I get that a lot, especially when I travel to do this and I'm speaking on for the stages. 90% of the time, people get up and the same question they ask it over and over again is, hey, I have a 9 to 5, right? And I'm trying to trade. If you're trading off of desperation, you're going to lose, right? You're taking that, and I call it the lotto ticket money. You have the little bit of cash that you have left over. You're trying to throw it into a lotto ticket, right? So you're going to throw it into the market, hoping you can flip that $150 into 5 million, in 2 weeks and go from there. No, that's the wrong mindset to have. What happens is, for those who do have that 9 to 5, take a few hours out of your day to build that business aspect and watch what you have. So now let's not use the money that I have that I've made from trading hours for dollars in the financial markets. Let's use the money that I'm just now getting from another stream of income into the financial market, so I don't feel the burden of trading. Because why do 90% of the people quit as new traders? They feel the burden of not being successful because they're using the little bit of capital that they do have left that's supposed to go to a bill on their trading journey.
That is so big. That is so
Excuse me.
because,
So I was talking about that.
yeah, it's because obviously the money that people earn, trading their time for money, they're not, in their mind, they're not losing money, they're actually losing time. They're like, oh crap, I've just lost 3 weeks worth of work, right? So that is so big. Guys, put some 8s in the chat for Donny Pips. This is absolutely amazing. I love it. Now let's talk about Trade Buddy, and then we'll move on to the last question that I've got for you, brother, because I value your time. Trading Buddy, what has Trading Buddy done? Obviously I know that you are a master trader. You can trade. Okay, you can trade. You kind of, like, you've got your own little buddy in your ear, right? So you can already trade. But what have you seen it do as well within your group, within your community, for people that were struggling before? What has Trading Buddy done? And what's the best way to use Trading Buddy?
All right, amazing. First and foremost, I got to thank Mr. Holton Bugs and Mrs. Arlene Bugs, because of the time and money spent to go into this technology, right? We all know that AI technology is the wave of the future. When it comes to Trading Buddy, and we've said this a lot, is imagine you having the ability to send out $1 and it come back with friends, right? We all want friends to come back and with our money. That's why we go to the casino. That's why we do sports betting and different things like that. But imagine having your own AI technology. It's like having Donnie Pips in your ear that has those years of experiences of losing. And now I'm trying to tell you, hey, I'm going to help you mitigate your risk and your loss, right? So when you have Trade Buddy does just that. Trade Buddy is letting you know, hey, the potential setup is there. Now, do we win all the time? No. I've seen guys on Wall Street bat 300. Now, we do know that batting 300 is only 3 for 10, right?
Right.
A lot of people don't know that. They see these stats and they're like, wow, he's batting over 300. You do know that's 3 for 10. But imagine the fact of a AI technology that's going to even raise that average up even higher, right? And especially while you're learning. So if you're able to take your smartphone, push a button, and $400 comes back, how does that sound? So if I told you right now, if Trade Buddy gave you an alert, you push the button and $400 came back with that alert, how does that sound? Well, that's what Trade Buddy is. That's what AI technology is. And people say, well, it doesn't work. Well, how many trades have you traded with Trade Buddy? Right? It may not work the first time that you push the button, but that doesn't mean get discouraged, right? Because if anybody's winning all the time, we have a problem in the market. right? I don't win all the time. As you guys, I told you guys the other day, I blew an account on Coffee and Charts. I had an account up to $800. I blew it. It was down to 50, 60 something dollars. I'm now back up to $845, right? In a matter of a few days. One, thanks to Trade Buddy. Trade Buddy called a trade. I got the alert. I made an assessment. Again, I made an assessment. Now, again, as anything you do, it is a recommendation. Trade Buddy is going to help you see things that you don't see, right? So now how do we use Trade Buddy? We get these amazing alerts. We're going to go back again. Please do your due diligence. I tell people, don't trade on a blank chart. Don't trade on a blank canvas. If I was to tell you right now, Jake, draw a picture of the market, you wouldn't know what that picture looks like. But if I gave you the market and then you drew support, resistance, supply, and demand, you're going to know, hey, Trade Buddy might be coming back. The market may come back to this area of resistance. That's where I'm going to push the button. Okay. Think of it as Donnie Pips in the ear saying, hey, do you have support? Do you have support? Because anything we do, even in our lives, we need that one thing called support. Same thing when trading the financial markets with Buddy. Is Buddy at an area of support and resistance? Now you know that you're not trading alone. Oh, wow. Trade Buddy called an alert at, let's say, 2350, right? But you realize that there's a resistance line at 2352. That might be the time to get in that market. Wait for Trade Buddy to back up, and then you push the button at the same time as everybody else. Again, Buddy's just letting you know that the conditions are ready to be met for you to push the button. Okay? Again, the conditions are ready to be met for you to push the button. Just because he said, hey, there's a potential trade at 2350 doesn't mean that 2350 right now is the place to push the button. Look at the market and say, wow, everybody is sitting right here. This is the end zone. Where are you going to go? To the end zone. Think of it like this, Jake. If right now, if everybody was in a room and then Jake walks into a room, right? You're going to an event. You don't know exactly where the event is, but when you walk into a room, where are you going to go if there's people already in the room? To everybody that's over in the corner, right? Everybody's over there. You walked in, you look around and say, well, everybody's over there. I'm going to go over there where everybody else is at. It's the same concept when trading. Everybody else sees that there's a resistance level at 2352. Well, guess what? I'm going to enter at 2352 like everybody else. That way I'm not standing over there on the other side of the room by myself, looking around like John Travolta, walking into a room. I'd rather be over with everybody else. That way, if we're all looking around and we're all rowing together, I feel a lot better.
Right. Okay, I love it. I love it. Love it. Okay, listen, brother. Last question. What bits of advice do you have? Maybe one or two nuggets for the people on the line right now that want to master their trading journey and not just their trading journey, but their financial freedom journey. Because I know that you and your family live a beautiful life right now, and a lot of people would love your lifestyle. What advice would you give to those people on the line right now?
Wow, what advice would I give to people right now is take your time. Take your time. It's not a rush, right? And this is where I normally take the gloves off and I let you guys know this is where you want to be realistic. Some people might get a little offended by that and say, you know what? Well, I'm going to get off the call. No, I want you to be realistic with yourself. Set realistic expectations. Write them down. Have realistic goals. Okay, because I can tell you guys right now, anybody on here who has a 9 to 5 right now, you're going to go to work, no matter if you like your job or not. You're going to go to work every day and give 100%. I don't care who you are. Why? Because they're giving you a paycheck, a small monetary value for your time. Well, be realistic with your time. Write it down. What are your expectations of yourself? Right now, if you don't have any expectations of yourself and you're on this call right now, I would really, really, really ask you to take a look at what you're doing. Look within. Right? Dig deep, because you have to have expectations of yourself in order for your life to move forward. Now, could I have been a product of my environment growing up in the ghetto of New York and then decided, you know what, I want to stay there? Yes. Right? Could I have given up after, realizing that life was really, 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 really struggling? Yes. But then what I did was I realized, what are my expectations of myself? And I got to ask that question a lot. What are your expectations? So I ask each and every one of you guys right here on the line is, what are your expectations? That's first. it's going to be you versus you on the charts, and that the charts are really going to test you. It's going to be you versus you in your business. Your business is really going to test you because at the end of the day, it's you versus you. Where do you give up on yourself? Not where do you give up on Jake. Jake's a phenomenal leader, and Jake's going to keep moving forward regardless. Donnie Pips is a phenomenal leader. I'm going to keep moving forward, right? Mr. Holton Buggs is a phenomenal leader, but what would have happened if Mr. Holton Buggs gave up because he was only making $700 a month? I want you guys right now in the chat to put you versus you. And I talk about this so much because I listen to Jake talk, and every time I hear Jake talk and Jake gets on these lives and these Zooms, he's not doing it for nothing. I realize he's conquered the battle of him versus himself. So sometimes when Jake gets on, I'm like, man, that was deep. Why? And I look at myself and say, wow, you know what? He's right. He's right. Because it's you versus you at the end of the day. If you guys battle yourself just a little bit more, right? And today you might get knocked down by yourself. Today it might be a horrible day. You get knocked down by yourself. But here's what I challenge you guys to do. Get back in the ring with yourself again. What am I willing to do today that I wasn't willing to do yesterday? That's going to allow me to do something different tomorrow. That's the advice I have for you guys.
That is huge. Donny, thank you so much, brother. We love you. We appreciate everything that you do for the whole company. Keep crushing it, brother. Thank you for your time, and I'm going to leave you now to go out there and make some more money, man. Change some more lives.
All right, thank you very much, guys. Thank you so much for your time, guys, and I look forward to seeing you guys on Coffee and Charts.
God bless. Bye bye.